Over the past couple of weeks, I've been sharing stories about how the angels help me in my everyday life. But it could give you the wrong impression. You may believe that I always listen to the angels and that I always get it right. But that's simply not true. So today, we're going to find out what happens when you get it wrong, when you don't listen, when you stubbornly refuse to act on the information that you've been given. So, when we come back, we're going to understand the difference between receiving the consequence and living in fear. Welcome, everyone. I'm Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer. And as you know, I love the angels, I love the energetic heart space, and I do my best to live my life in alignment with the divine. But I'm not always successful. So rather than sit here and try to pretend that I always get it right and that I never make a mistake, I'd rather just be honest and share with you a time when I really screwed up. And the purpose is not because I want to show you I can make a fool of myself. The purpose is so that you can move through your life without fear. You can learn that you too can explore and expand and try new things, and that sometimes you'll get it wrong. And it's okay. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to have to start over. It's just not okay to give up and never try again. Because if you give up now, you'll never realize how close you were to achieving whatever it is that you desire. So let me share a story about the time I met my friend for coffee. So this person and I are happening to meet in a place that I had never been before. Even though I knew the area, I hadn't been to this particular place. So I wasn't sure of its exact location. I knew it was on the street. I wasn't sure how many blocks there were until I was going to get to the place that I wanted to be. So once I was getting close, I started immediately looking for parking. Remember, I'm in Los Angeles. Parking is a luxury item. So I look for parking, and here we go with strike number 1. The angels say, you can get a lot closer. I think, I hear you, but here's this lovely parking space. I don't have to do any parallel parking. It's so easy. There's a meter. I don't see any signs that tell me I can't park here. I'm going to park here. This is my I know better, angels. Just butt out. Okay, so I get out of the car. Here comes strike number 2. I can't read the meter. It is a complete blank, all scratched out, and I can't see how much time I'm purchasing. I know I can pay because it beeps and the light turns green, so I know I've been successful in paying something. I don't know how much I've paid, and I don't know how long I have on this particular meter. So here we go for strike number 3. I look around. Nowhere on the street can I find anything regarding this parking space, this long expanse of parking. There's no signage. There's nothing that tells me what's going on. But you know what? I've already made up my mind. This is the parking spot I want, and I'm satisfied because I've paid the meter. And I kind of do one of these, oh, angels, just protect me. I'm not going to be here this long, and I already paid. So can you just kind of like make my car invisible? Well, you know what? Sometimes that works. But after 3 strikes, 3 different times, when they've asked me not to park in this space, they keep giving me warning after warning after warning, you would think I would get in the car and say, I really don't feel good about this. Even if I did put money in the meter, it's making me very uncomfortable to park in this space. But no, I'm in one of my stubborn moods, and I get out of the car and start walking toward the place where I'm going to meet my friend. And walking, and walking, and block after block after block, until I finally arrive. So now I've got quite a journey between myself and where I've parked the car. And remember, I don't know how much time I have on the meter, so I don't know when to go back and move the car or put more money in the meter. I'm completely flying blind. So I meet my friend, and we're outside having this wonderful talk, and the weather is lovely. And I think I'm in the middle of a sentence when I feel as though I am like jerked upright in my seat, and I blurt out, "Oh, I gotta go check the meter." I was saying something, or she was saying something. I can't even remember who was talking, but I remember so rudely interrupting and saying, "Oh, I gotta go check the meter." It was such an impactful thought that just launched into my head. So here we go. Strike number 4. I think I start to get my purse and say, "Oh, I'll be right back." And then I say to myself, "Oh, you know what? The angels are always helping me out. They are always making my life easier. I'm having such a lovely time. This conversation is so enriching, and I really don't want to leave. So, again, angels, could you just take care of it?" And I think I say something like that to my friend. "Oh, don't worry. I'm just going to ask the angels to take care of it." Strike number 5. My friend says to me, "Are you sure? Don't you think we should just walk down and check to see what's going on?" Like, no, don't worry about it. I've got the angels, and they always help me out. So probably another hour goes by. I think we've solved all of the world's problems, and, a few that haven't even arrived yet. We've had this great talk. We've shared so much about the angels. We've laughed and just enjoyed ourselves. And then she says, "Come on, I'll walk you down to your car." As by this point, I'm like, "Oh, I really should get going." But she's like, "Oh, let's go check out this other place." I'm thinking, okay, but I'm finally ready to go put more money in the meter or move my car. So we walk and walk and walk back to the car, and she says, "Whoa, you're not kidding. You really did park far away." And I'm joking. Yeah, the angels told me I could get a lot closer, but I just felt like parking here. So I arrive at my car, and sure enough, after ignoring 5 warning signals, I was gifted with a parking ticket. Now remember, I live in Los Angeles, and they take their parking violations very seriously. This is an industry. It is so large an industry that for the little city within a city that I live in, we looked it up once. We were so frustrated by the parking situation. We looked up once how much the city earns yearly, and it's $5 million. So this is an industry. And everyone who lives here knows that this is an industry. And you either pay attention or you get a ticket. So I got a ticket. Now, what I didn't say to myself was, "Oh, God, punishing me, or, gee, angels, you really let me down. Instead, I stopped and said, okay. I ignored them when I parked here. I ignored them when I tried to pay. I ignored them when I couldn't find a sign. I ignored them when they jerked me out of my enjoyable conversation to alert me to go move the car or pay the meter. And I ignored them when my friend said, gee, I really think you should go check on that. So here's what you need to know. God doesn't punish you. The angels aren't out to get you because you ignored their warning signal. This is not a gotcha kind of environment that we live in. But if you are going to choose to blatantly ignore their guidance and their help, because you have free will, it's going to be impossible for them to help you, and you may receive a consequence for your actions. I did get the parking ticket. I did have to part with money in order to make that right. Here's what I didn't get. I didn't get a continuous stream of bad things happening. I didn't get punished beyond what I knew was a possibility. I didn't get in a position where I felt picked on or belittled or shamed. Instead, I realized, okay, here's the deal, angels. When you signal me, I now agree to pay attention, to act quickly, to stop being stubborn, and to understand that you, with your broader vision, are more able to keep me out of harm's way than I am with my little tunnel vision. So, yes, I got the consequence of my action, but what I really received was a lesson in expanding. I got the opportunity to understand that by partnering more completely with the angels and with the divine, I am opening myself up to a life that's going to feel even better. I never had to receive that consequence. I chose to receive that consequence. And then I chose to learn from that consequence so I won't have to keep repeating it over and over and over again. I want you to understand that you are not being singled out for punishment. You are not being cast into hell. You are not being looked at as somehow unworthy. You are receiving whatever consequence you may have put in action with your thoughts and your actions. So here's what I'd like you to do moving forward. Before you take an action, before you hold on to a thought, consider what are the ramifications of whatever you're doing. Is this going to lead me in a direction that feels good to my heart? Or does this have the possibility of going in a direction that isn't going to feel good? You are a free will being. You get to change your mind and your direction anytime you choose. Anytime you wake up to the realization that, hey, this doesn't feel good, you simply change your mind, change your actions, and change the result that you're going to receive. You are not stuck. You are not stuck. You are not being punished. And you are not condemned to a life of misery. Instead, you're being offered a life of joy. And I encourage you to take it. So, if you want to learn how to communicate with the angels, if you want to really open your heart so that you can be guided, then I invite you to join me in my spiritual community, My Heart's Desire. You see, when you remove all of the negative thinking, the limiting beliefs, and the trauma from your past that is coloring your world and causing you to feel as though you are being picked on or you're a victim, you're going to be able to hear them, feel them, interact with them, see them clearly. It doesn't matter which way works for you. It just matters that you have a clear method of communication so that you can have confidence moving forward that you truly do have guidance that will uplift and support you and help you get to those goals that might have felt out of reach. So if you're ready to receive that clarity of communication so you can have confidence in all that you do, please join me. The link is below. And if you just want to talk to the angels and don't want to expand right now, but you need help from them, sign up to have 30 minutes with the angels on my website. It's an opportunity to ask 3 questions. I want to serve you and help you interact with the energetic community. I hope that you too want to open to get guidance directly. But if all you want to do is receive communication, I'll help you do that as well. I want you to receive the desires of your heart. So join me in my community, My Heart's Desire, or on my website, Heart Healer, or Marsha Martin, thehearthealer.com. And until next time, I'm sending you all my love and my deepest gratitude, along with something that I want you to hold close to your heart. You just can't get it wrong. You can make a mistake, but that's how you learn. You will never, ever get it wrong. So feel free to explore, feel free to expand, and always remember to walk in joy.